You're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We're taking your questions here on another edition of the NFL Daily Mailbag. Appreciate all of those who ask their questions during our live show. We go live every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Corey Redding, what's up, man? Is there a date or something NFL free agents have to sign by? That's a good question. So, I mean, they could really sign whenever. I think that we're going to see players start to get signed more after June 1 because that's when money frees up for a lot of teams, or they can make cuts that are not going to impact their cap space as much. But no, they can sign whenever. I think a lot of teams, though, would prefer to have guys locked up by camp. Brandon, will the Bears sign an edge rusher? I think they're going to get Yannick Ngakoue. I think a lot of us believe that. I think he's the best free agent still available, and he could help the Bears' defensive line. A lot of us thought the Bears were going to go defensive line round one in the draft. They did not. They went offensive line, which was certainly a good decision going offensive line. But, man, Ngakoue would be huge for Chicago. I'm going to say Ngakoue. Tune, what's up, man? Thanks for the question. Now that the Panthers' offense looks set, what do they do on defense? Floyd, Chase, or another free agent, possibly someone else. I'm not sure who that last name is. Yeah, I think the Panthers are not done. I think Leonard Floyd makes a lot of sense for them. I mentioned Ngakoue earlier for the Bears. Maybe the Panthers are a team that enters that conversation as well. But Leonard Floyd, maybe Frank Clark, I think it makes a lot of sense for the Panthers. The Panthers are in a situation right now, Tim, where they have a good chance to win the division next year. Bryce Young is that dude. Edwin Garcia. Does Anthony Richardson start week 1? So we just mentioned Bryce Young with the Panthers. Anthony Richardson went number 4 overall. I'm going to say yes, but there's a difference between does he start week 1 and should he start week 1. Anthony Richardson is a project. You do not start a project week 1. Patrick Mahomes didn't even start his rookie year. He waited the entire season. You look at other guys that have come out the last couple of years. They have not started right away, and they've gone on to be really good. I think Anthony Richardson should learn a little bit, maybe behind Gardner Minshew. I like Minshew. I think he's one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league. Could be a decent starter. Anthony Richardson should not start week 1, but will he? Yes, he will. I do believe that. Will Anthony Richardson start week 1 for the Colts? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comment section. Go down and chime in there. Richard Lococo, what's up, man? Do you think the Bears will be in the playoffs this year? That is a great question, Rich. I'm gonna say no, but they're gonna be damn close to making the playoffs. I'm gonna say 8 or 9 wins for Chicago. I think they are going to be right there. In fact, I think they're going to finish ahead of the Packers in the division. Maybe even challenge the Vikings for second place. I have the Lions winning that division. But the Bears are going to be much, much better this year. Big year for Justin Fields. Shualor, how's it going, man? How can your 49ers win the Super Bowl? That's a great question. I think it depends on how Brock Purdy plays. It's going to come down to Purdy. I fully expect him to be the quarterback. But if Brock Purdy can be even better than he was last year, and that's a big question with the elbow, but if he can be even better, the Niners are going to be the team to beat, not just in the NFC, but in the NFL. I firmly believe that with that defense that they have put together with some of those weapons on offense. If Brock Purdy can produce, the Niners probably are going to be in the Super Bowl, could win the Super Bowl. Maurice Jenkins, thanks for the question. Xavier Howard and a draft pick, whatever you think will get it done for Quinnen Williams. The money would be close. Or Emmanuel Ogbah and X straight up. We should come out ahead money-wise. So I'll say this. The problem, Maurice, with trying to trade Xavier Howard and Ogbah, their contracts are just a disaster, especially Ogbah. I still think X is a good player, but he's owed, I think, over $70 million the next 4 years, which he's just not worth it at his age. And then Ogbah, he signed a 4-year, $64 million contract last year, and he just didn't produce that much last year. Now, he got hurt, but you get my point. So I don't think those contracts are tradable. When you're talking about trading for Williams and giving up a player to do so, you might have to give up one of your young stars on defense. Maybe Raekwon Davis could be in that trade, but I don't think Agba or Howard's contracts are tradable, unfortunately. Jerry's Burner, biggest name to get traded before the season. I'm going to say DeAndre Hopkins. I know that those trade rumors have cooled off a little bit, but I still believe that DeAndre Hopkins gets traded here before the start of the 2023 season, maybe to the Kansas City Chiefs. Biggest name to get traded before the season. Let me know down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, take advantage of it by replying down in the comments. Biggest name to get traded before the season. What do you think? XD Gamer, big Jags fan, what's up? If one team gets Andrew Luck, then which team will get him? Andrew Luck is not coming out of retirement. There's just no way. It's been 4 years, actually 5 years now. There's just no way. If one team got him, it might be a contender that their quarterback goes down midseason and they need a guy, but I feel like they'd call Brady and a lot of other guys before they called Andrew Luck. So Andrew Luck's not coming out of retirement. I can promise you that. But if he does, I'll just say the Colts because he's under contract there still. RC Plane Builder 2, great app. Jalen Carter over Bijan Robinson. Should the Falcons have taken Carter? I think Bijan's a great player. I think he's going to be outstanding. It's one of those situations where, like, I like the player, I don't like the pick. Tyler Algier ran for over 1,000 yards in his rookie year. He did not need a running back, and he did not need a running back at number 8 overall. They should have gone corner. They should have gone defensive line. Yes, if I was the Falcons, I would have taken Carter over Robinson just because running back's not a huge need over there. You have Cordero Patterson as well. I might have taken Christian Gonzalez, who ended up falling to the Patriots at 17, but I might have taken Gonzalez, honestly. Biggest name to get traded before the season. What do you think? Again, go down, chime in the comments. This is the pinned comment, so go and reply. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because if you love the NFL, we are the channel for you. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Going to have you guys covered with some scheduled content on all of our team channels later this week. Brandon, do you think Tyler Scott will be a secret weapon for the Bears? Hey, Mr. Scott, what you going to do? That's what Tyler Jones was singing when Tyler Scott got drafted. I think he's going to be good. I liked him coming out of college. I liked the pick a lot. I thought the value pick was there. He's a guy that might exceed expectations in year one, Brandon. Tyson Hughes, what do you think the Raiders would have to trade for Quinnen Williams? A first-round pick. It would take a first-round pick to get it done. I mean, he is a top 3 defensive tackle in the league. So I would say first-round pick. Maybe a pick in addition to that as well. It's not going to be cheap. And you got to pay him once you get him. Tom Cousins, thanks for the question. Didn't the Dolphins' punishment also include the Brian Flores tanking testimony? Tom, this might be the best question that we've gotten on today's show. So, yes and no. No, because the NFL cleared the Dolphins of that. It's one of those things, Tom, that's like, okay, the report said that Dolphins didn't do it, but maybe they did, and the NFL just, they thought it'd be a bad look for the league, and they didn't want to include that in the report. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people were like, wow, the Dolphins got a first-round pick and a third-round pick taken away from tampering and all these fines and these suspensions for the owner and the vice chairman. The vice chairman, I think, was suspended the whole season. So yeah, it's possible that had something to do with it, Tom. That's a really good question. Technically, no, but it's one of those things that you can assume that might have had something to do with the severity of that Dolphin suspension. Deshaun Richard, what's up? A better season, Jordan Addison or JSN? So both guys are going to be the number 2 wide receivers. Jordan Addison's going to be number 2. Justin Jefferson, JSN going to be number 2 to DK Metcalf. I'm going to say JSN. I think JSN's going to be awesome. I thought for him it came down to the fit. It depended on kind of the fit for me in terms of how I felt about him in his rookie year, but I think the fit in Seattle is great. I mean, he's like I said, he's going to be number 2 behind Metcalf, so could create some mismatches. He's probably the most talented wide receiver we saw in this class. So yeah, I'm going to go with JSN. I think JSN is kind of a dark horse rookie of the year type of player this next year.